Now this is cool.
Jen Zurko here, editor of GrowerTalks magazine, and I'm at 4 Star Greenhouses to look at new varieties, specifically proven winners varieties, specifically new perennials for 2026. And I'm with Christa Steenwyk, VP of Sales and Marketing for Walters Gardens, and she's going to take me through some of the new programs and some of the new varieties. So in another video with annuals that Chris did with Tim Anderson, they ended with programs, and we're actually going to start with a program with Christa right here. So Christa, tell me about EasyCape program.
Yeah, so we introduced our EasyCape program a couple years ago, and it's a simple solution for garden centers to put out on their end caps as a display that have recipes that solve different solutions. So right here you have an EasyCape for drought tolerance and one that's foliage for shade. We have many more recipes on easyscapes.com. And what it is it's 3 to 4 perennials that work together and solve that solution.
Yeah, because you said that you noticed when consumers were walking through the garden center, they would take one perennial, and you're like, no, you need more than that, and they don't really know what goes together in a perennial bed.
No, and it makes it easy. Everyone wants to do it yourself, and this gives them the opportunity to say, okay, I have this garden space, I have, I want deer-resistant plants. This is deer-resistant plants. I'm going to figure out how to plant it myself.
So yeah, you said you had other recipes, one for deer-resistant, pollinators, all different types.
Yes.
And then the POP, you can customize at the IGC, right?
That's correct. You can put your logo on. You can do whatever you want. We also have one more EasyCape over here.
Oh, okay.
And so this is an exciting new program that we're working on, and it's really promoting something that consumers are looking for, and that's plants with native roots. And so this is an EasyCape that features perennials that have those native roots.
And then you said the POP is going to show a map that's going to be shaded, showing where all of these native plants are from.
Yeah. So right now we're in Michigan. I'm also from Michigan. So let's say I wanted to plant perennials with native roots to Michigan. We have a brochure where you can look to see what plants were actually originated in Michigan and choose those and put them under a POP that would have that map that's shaded in where they're from.
Oh, yeah. And yet, like you said, a lot of people still are asking for native plants, and this fits that bill.
Absolutely. Still trending, yes.
So while we're here, there's some new varieties in here, too. You want to talk about them?
Yes. So here we are. We have Helopsis. This one is Race for Days. So this is compact, and it has this beautiful golden yellow double flower. It's a zone 3.
And it grows, I think it's, 24 inches tall in the garden?
That's correct.
Okay. And then this one back here, which I love the name, the Stokesia.
Stokesia. So this
is that how you say it?
Stokesia.
Stokesia?
Stokesia. I don't know if I always say I'm right, but that's how I say it. So this is a new series. This is totally stoked. And
That's the best.
Yeah, this purple variety with large flowers is Riptide. And this is a zone 5. And what I love about this plant is it's great for landscape. So it's big. It really fills out a landscape. It is it's about 32 inches wide, and you can see about how tall it is. So it's one of those plants that really is bold and looks amazing in the landscape.
And there's a white one called White Caps, right? So there's two in the Totally Stoked series. So, okay. And then I think there's a we're going to talk about the Baptisia in a little bit.
How about the Primulas?
Oh, yeah, we can talk about those.
All right.
Do you want to grab them?
Yeah.
So, and anyway, I just want to tell everyone that I guessed right about
That's
the
correct.
bestseller, right?
So
And that was this one.
Yeah, so all the groups that have come through today, I've showed them all 3 colors, and I've said, what do you think is the bestseller? And this one is watercolor blue, and it's the bestseller. I ask many of, our employees, our office workers, and they're like, this is the color for spring, that pastel. We love the color blue. And we've also got 2 more varieties.
And they were in the Bouquet Perfect?
Bouquet
Perfect,
So
yeah,
this is
series.
Bouquet Perfect. They're early spring brewers. These are great in the landscape and in a container. This is this bright purple one called Violetta. And we have one more.
Somebody took it. That's okay. And, Chris, these are David Curley varieties that were bred by him in the UK.
Yeah, that's correct. And this one is called Spearmint. So it has white. It has a little bit of those green tones in it as well.
Oh, you know what? We don't want to skip over the Nepeta.
No, we do not.
So let's go over here and look at the Nepeta.
Great is. So
Okay.
this is Catwalk Queen. We were comparing it to Cat's Meow,
That's
which has
right.
been out for a while. This one, its flowers are twice the size of any Nepeta that I've seen. So Nepeta, Cat's Pajamas, Cat's Meow are both really popular Nepetas in our program, and this has larger flowers than either one of those.
And it's the more compact
more
versions
compact.
of Cat's Meow and Cat's Pajamas.
Yep, it's about as compact as Cat's Pajamas, and it blooms early, just like
Okay,
Cat's Pajamas.
right. And then there's another Nepeta, which
Yeah.
also goes along the cat theme. It's lemon
Perfection, you got it.
I love it.
And this has really dark purple flowers and yellow foliage, which I think just look great
Oh
together.
my gosh, you can totally smell it too.
Yes, and there are a couple other ones on the market, but this one, if you take a step back, look how great it looks in a container, and it has that same compact habit in the garden as well.
Okay. Oh, we should probably let's talk about the tall, beautiful thing over here. This huge, was it digitalis?
This is a delphinium.
Delphinium.
So this is a delphinium from tissue culture. So that means that compared to seed varieties, this is going to, every single plant is going to look the exact same. It's got this really beautiful, bright purple blue flower, which violets are blue is the perfect name for this delphinium. And I think that the branching, if you look at the branching that's coming on after that first flower is just amazing. So that means it's going to bloom for a really long time.
Okay, and then we have something over here. You gave another quiz too
I
about
did.
this. You want
I
to grab
did.
one
I
of
asked
these?
if you knew what variety or what genus.
I
this
guess
is.
sedum.
And,
And I was not
it,
too
it
far
does
off.
have fall interest like
Yeah.
a sedum. This is a Vernonia, and this is called Prairie Princess. This is hardy to zone 4, and it gets these really beautiful purple blooms that are pollinator magnets late season. So this is going to be a late season variety. This in the wild, in the nature, is going to be super tall. So what we've done is we've brought this height all the way down.
Right.
So it looks great in a container, and it's really manageable in your garden.
And this is the first time Vernonia is in the Proven Winners
That is correct.
Perennials line.
Yes,
right?
yes, a new
Okay.
genus for the line. Same with Delphinium as well.
I was going to say, not digitalis, delphinium, sorry.
Yeah.
And then we have, oh, that's right, the one over
Yes.
here.
This is Dicentra, white diamonds. And when you think of a Dicentra, typically you think about something that goes in the shade. This is a sun Dicentra. So it joins pink diamonds in our catalog.
And this is white diamonds.
And this is white diamonds,
Okay.
yes. And this is a zone 3. And what I love about pink diamonds and white diamonds is everyone's asking us to make perennials bloom as long as annuals, and this does. This starts blooming, and it blooms all the way till frost. Same with pink diamonds.
And then the foliage it's compact foliage
Compact.
with these, I think, what did you call it? A spray of flowers, I think is what you had said.
And I love how the foliage is really nice and blue. Yeah.
Okay. And then while we're here, we've got the Monglow,
Yeah.
which we saw in your trials a couple years ago. And we've got, 3 or 4 new varieties here?
Yes, this is the Art and Soul line. So the proven winners, Mangaves, are Art and Soul. And let's go through a couple of these. This huge,
Oh my gosh,
I
can you pick-
love this.
oh my
I
gosh, this
almost
looks
didn't
so
pick
heavy.
it up. This is Aztec King. Now, the thing to remember about these is these are not hardy. These are more tender succulents, hardy more in Florida or really far south. And it's a cross between a Manfreda and agave. So you get those really cool coloring from a Manfreda, but it's got the same architecture as a agave.
Yeah, Chris said that his wife has been nursing one that you guys sent him for like 6 or 7 years, and then finally they're in Florida now, and it looks really good by the pool, right, Chris?
Yeah.
So, and there's
So this is purple people eater.
that's
So
we did see that one before.
Yes. So it really colors up in the sun. I compare it to freckles. My freckles come out more in the sun, right? So the color's going to do the same thing. And so you can see some of the purple overtones here, and you could see like these aren't as it's got some prickiness, but for the most part, they're not as lethal as an agave would be.
Oh yeah.
And then here is a variety called Monglow. And I love how
Monglow.
flexible it is. And I love the freckles it's got, the coloring. And lastly, the next new one is Silver Fox.
Silver fox.
So they all got different colors, different habits, different shapes, truly a collection. And this is the silver one.
Okay. Okay, and then we've got a couple more before we get to your favorite, right?
Yes. Okay, so we have Yaka Dragon Slayer.
Oh, I love that name, Dragon Slayer.
Yeah.
I'm a really huge Game of Thrones fan, so I love this.
I love that it's drought tolerant. So that really checks the box for some people that are looking for things that they don't have to be as concerned about. It's hard to zone 5.
And the deer will not touch this, right?
Rabbits, deer typically avoid this. It's got wider leaves, as you can see, and it's got that nice blue color.
And it doesn't get as big as some yuccas do.
Yeah. It stays more of a manageable size.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we have a heuchera. I mean, we got to talk about heuchera, right? For the shade. But you said this one does well in sun.
It does. So this is a heuchera for sun or shade. It's a dark leaf variety called Sultry Night. It's a dolce, so it's going to be smaller. It looks great in container, and it has flowers that I really like. They're more, they are proportionate to the plant.
Yeah, because you said sometimes with heucheras the flowers get like really, really tall, and then you want to cut them off.
Yeah.
These kind of stay like nice and tidy.
Yes.
Okay. And then as far as new varieties, your favorite
Yes, my
is the new
favorite.
Rudbeckia.
The best for last.
So you guys had American Gold Rush before, what was the disease resistance for that?
Sartoria. So
Sartoria,
That's
okay.
the black dots that you see in
That's
the
right.
foliage, and that doesn't come till several years. So we love our American Gold Rush. We still have it in our catalog. This is the first Rudbeckia that we have put in our program. We've trialed this for over 5 years, and
What's this one called?
it's called Treasure Trove.
Treasure Trove.
Treasure Trove. So this is a disease-free option instead of folded up, and it's going to be super popular with landscapers. I love this plant. I love the gold colors. I planted it all over my garden. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, it's great. So these are the new varieties, and just like with annuals, you guys have plants of the year and you have perennials of the year. So let's look at those.
So let's start with the perennial of the year.
Okay.
We have an astilbe with dark foliage. So this is dark side of the moon. Isn't that beautiful?
I love it.
And it could be sold just as a foliage item with this beautiful black foliage, but it also gets really nice pink flowers.
And then this was all the plants of the year, perennials of the year were introduced previously, right? These are
That's
not
correct.
new,
These are
just like with the
tried
annuals
and
ones.
true. We want to make sure that we have our production nailed down. We have enough plants to make sure that we can sell these to every customer that's interested.
And then so obviously so the consumer can be successful.
Yes.
So that's the perennial of the year. This is the hosta of the year.
Yes.
Because you guys are known for your hostas. You have a beautiful hosta trial garden at Walters.
Yeah, so we call it our hosta walk, and you can come in and walk through it and see hostas in every shape and size. This is Host Springs Eternal, so this is more of a medium hosta. When it first comes up, it's got a blue center and a lighter margin, and it ages to this. I love the waves of the leaves, and it's just a great hosta.
And it doesn't get real big, though, right?
No, it's more of a medium type.
Okay. And then the last one is over there.
Yeah, so our landscape.
Okay, landscape perennial of the year.
Perennial of the
Got
year
it.
is lemon meringue Baptisia. This is part of our Decadence series. Baptisias are still very big plants, but for Baptisias, these are more compact, more short. I love these really bright yellow flowers.
I know you see these in like wildflower
Yes.
fields and everything, and they're very, very taller than me almost. But this one
Yes.
doesn't get obviously. That
No,
tall. Okay.
but yes, it does have native roots.
Oh, that's a smattering, a smidge, a tithing, as Chris would say, of Proven Winners perennials for 2026. And actually, speaking of 2026, it's your 80th anniversary of Walters Gardens, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
And you're third generation?
I am, yes.
Wow, there's a lot to celebrate for Walters.
for sure.
So thank you so much for taking me through everything, Krista.
Yeah, it was fun.